Bashan, how was your weekend? Yeah. I really enjoyed the birthday. 90. Oh, yes. That is so awesome.
They made have a surprise brunch for his daughter. And it was like 2 days back to back, the party.
Oh, that is so awesome.
I just want to go home and rest.
Oh. And then, on every corner, they're selling Girl Scout cookies, and I tell them I'm dining. So I did buy some, but I've been buying them and giving them away. So tomorrow you guys will have Girl Scout cookies. Yeah. So I'm doing the Samoas in the do-si-dos. So I figure we throw in some peanut butter, we'll be okay. And they had a recall on some items, chocolate covered items. So we'll see what's up with that. All right, Victoria, thank you for letting me know that the line is long outside.
Yes.
And then over the weekend, I don't know what was happening. They shut down downtown.
That was a Cattleman's deal down here.
Oh. Yes, they shut it down. And I was trying to get to the Witty for an event for judges. And it took me 30 minutes to leave from De La Rosa to get to the Witty.
Taking one of the horses.
Charles Wanless, custody. Okay, Charles Wanless. That would be a great name if you were in Harry Potter world, because you don't have your wand. All right. All right, who are the three ladies on this row? All right, so let me explain something to people in the audience. And Deputy Laura, please follow these instructions. You are not allowed to talk to inmates in the box. If you talk to any inmate in the box, if you wave to them, the deputy is going to tap you on the shoulder. There's no due process. You just are going to be excused from the courtroom, and you will not be allowed back in this courtroom unless there is some hearing where you're needed as a witness. Does everybody understand? Visitation is not going to be in this courtroom. And I know people may think that's mean of me, but here's the thing. The deputies are in charge of security. And when people start talking to inmates, that raises concerns for them. So do not talk to the inmate. Attorneys, you are not ready to approach the court unless you've talked to the prosecutor and unless you've talked to your client. Once you ask for your client to be brought out by the deputies, do not leave the courtroom, because there's a limited number of inmates who are allowed in the courtroom at any one time. And if you leave the courtroom after your request, you're being selfish to everyone else. If you have a client who wishes to speak to the court in a language other than English, you will need the interpreter here, whether you speak the language or not. So when you're ready to approach, be sure to let them know that you need an interpreter. To the staff, when we're on the record, attorneys, when we're on the record, you will know, because I would call the style of the case. Do not approach when we're on the record. Don't do it, because I would like for 100% of my focus to be on the persons in front of me. And Mr. Maurer tells me he has a motion to suppress. So I'm going to need to be 100% focused so that I can hear whatever case law anyone is presenting. When we are on the record, do not talk behind the court reporter. I know sometimes people get in their own world. Don't talk behind the court reporter. Just ask the deputy to move your client over to the other end. They will be happy to do so. Today is Monday. We're not retired. We thought we would be retired. We're going to have to live with the fact that we're not retired, and we're probably not going to be retired for a while. So let's have a great day. It's Girl Scout Cookie Week. It's Black History Month, or as I tell people, it's Black History every month. Black history is everybody's history. So everyone, please confer. Sure.
So just the other day, my wife asked me when I was going to retire, and I said, when you bury me. That's when.
So that doesn't happen.
No, what I meant was I'm going to be one of those old guys that are walking around the courthouse.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but Sean, I also saw a movie this weekend. Just one of them days, or one of them days. Yesterday. Okay, it was so hilarious. And You know, I was telling everybody, it was sort of nostalgic because you remember back in the day when they would have those type of movies, and then when it ends, they do the writing to tell you what everybody is up to.
Yeah. That's what they did.
Yeah.
Update.
Oh, yes. Oh, but Sean, when you went, you know, I always go early so I can see the trailers for movies that are coming up. Did you see the trailers?
I mean, all the trailers that was for the movies were scary movies.
Yes.
Every single one. And I was like, oh my goodness, I don't watch this.
Okay.
I
The
can't
one,
escape it.
the one that's called The Lady in the Yard. Oh, I would tell that lady, get out of my yard. But
I mean,
every last one.
Scary there.
But am I going to go see it? Yes, I am. But well, I think I'm going to go see The Woman in the Yard because I need to know why these people didn't tell her to leave their front yard. And then
I have a feeling that I don't think she's thrilled.
I don't know.
I think so.
And then the heart guy, the guy with the hearts in his eyes. Okay, if you know this is happening on Valentine's Day, you know what I would tell my significant other? We're going to celebrate Valentine's the next day and just stay in. We're going to sit this one out. Yes.
My 12-year-old saw that trailer
Mhm.
at the beginning of the YouTube video, and he was like, "Daddy, that looks hilarious."
Yeah.
Like, it didn't look scary. He goes, "No, it looks like the stupidest thing I've ever seen." I'm
Well,
like,
you know,
whoa! He
do you-
came out like guns a blazing, said
Yeah.
really dumb.
do you remember when they would have those movies? Jamie Lee Curtis was in a movie where they were all on a train. And I was thinking, what high school do they attend where their prom is on a moving train? But
That's funny.
I think it was called Prom Night. Simeon Novellis.
That's my case, too. That's the motion.
Hello. All right, this is set for a motion to suppress. State, are you ready with witnesses?
No, Your Honor. The witness that we need, Officer Lucio, formerly worked for Hollywood Park
Hill Country Village.
Hill Country Village PD, but no longer does so. He now works for Windcrest PD. I did not learn this information until Friday afternoon and was not able to request Officer Lucio to be present. State requests a reset. If the court denies it, we'll dismiss the missing witness.
All right, then what I'll do is this case is coming back this afternoon at 1:30. And it's going to proceed at 1:30. So you have till 1:30 to obtain your witness.
Understood?
Thank you, Judge. Michael, I be excused till 1:30?
Yes. Jordan Davis.
Morning, Judge, for present.
Good morning. All right, this is scheduled for a jury trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you ready for this case on Tuesday? We can do jury selection today.
I believe so, Your Honor.
All right.
Judge, we're ready. The only thing is tomorrow at 2:30, I have a plea in federal court.
Okay.
It shouldn't take too long. I
Okay.
just wanted to let the court know about that matter.
Sure. No problem.
Okay.
All right. So we can do jury selection this afternoon.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So if you'll come back at 1:30, we'll have jury selection on your case.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, Jordan Davis, 1:30 for jury selection. Orlando. I'm sorry, not Orlando. Excuse me. Alfonso.
Sorry, Judge.
I don't know why I called you Orlando and Orlando Alfonso. So on this case, have you all considered a bench trial?
A bench trial, Judge? I'll talk to my client about it, Your
All
Honor.
right, and if you'll talk to the state about it.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Luis Acura. Hi, how are you doing this morning?
Are you, Your Honor?
Oh, I'm doing okay. I can't complain. It's a Monday. But if we had a vacation today, then Tuesday would be a Monday and a Tuesday, so it's good. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Your attorney has asked the court if this case could be recalled for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because they have a personal matter. So we'll bring you back tomorrow. Are you able to make it tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right, so once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused, okay?
Okay.
And we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nicholas Cameron, Nicholas Cameron.
I just need to approach real quick on that.
Yes.
Judge.
Oh, just have a seat. Yes.
I've already told the DA what's going on. Judge, I think I need to get invested.
Okay, sure.
They've offered him a JSAT.
Okay. All right, Mr. Cameron, you can come down. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm all right.
All right. So the question about competency. Explain, because if it's something that an offer has been made and anyone would take it, as I would tell my clients sometimes I would tell them, I know I didn't do it. I wasn't even there, but I'd take the offer. But if it's something where he just doesn't want to take it, if that's the issue of competency, then
Well, Judge, I'm not sure if Mr. Cameron's understanding points I'm trying to make to him, and that's why I'm concerned about it, Judge.
right. You want to go step by step with him, or?
I've done that, Judge.
All right.
I'm just trying to get my case dismissed.
All right, so let me just do this. I don't interfere with plea negotiations, so let me do this. State, are you going to dismiss his case? All right, so the state is not going to dismiss your case. And here's the thing, your attorney cannot force the state to dismiss your case. Now, what can end up happening, maybe you all have a motion to suppress, and I decide that there is something that should be suppressed, and maybe that motion to suppress will result in a dismissal of your case. But the state is not dismissing your case. State, have you reviewed his case?
Yes, Your Honor, and an offer has been tendered.
All right, so they've reviewed your case. And based on their review of your case, they say they're not dismissing your case, period. So that's off the table. They say they're not going to dismiss it. So they said they made an offer to you. I don't want to know what the offer is, but have you received that offer? Yes or no? Do you understand the offer?
Yes.
All right, so now that you know they're not going to dismiss this case, maybe you can discuss things openly with your attorney and counsel. If after discussing things with him, you still feel the need for a competency, the court will of course entertain it.
Okay, Judge.
All right, thank you. Who is here on Nicholas Henderson? All right. Court is calling 2022 CR 4823, State of Texas versus Nicholas Henderson. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Defense?
Michael Bellable for Mr. Henderson.
And are you Nicholas Michael Henderson? Are you the same Nicholas Michael Henderson who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 4823 for the offense of theft of property 2,500 to 30,000 on July 5th, 2023 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Your Honor, we're proceeding on the supplement motion, and that's going to be violation of condition number 4 in Gibson County, Indiana. The defendant, Nicholas Michael Henderson, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of July, August, September, October, and November 2024 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
It's true.
State,
We waive and abandon the remainders, Your Honor.
any objections?
No objections, ma'am.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility?
Yes, ma'am.
And knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. We are asking that you grant the state's motion, adjudicate the defendant guilty and revoke his community supervision and sentence him, will reform the judgment to reflect a sentence of 1 year in the state jail.
All right. You want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Nicholas Michael Henderson.
All right, Mr. Henderson, why were you not reporting?
I hit a bad spot and just kind of gave up. I mean, there's no other way to put it than that. I really just kind of gave up at one point. I reported to the ICOTS officer here in San Antonio. I did report
one time to the Elizabeth Greenwell, which was there in Indiana. And we was on a phone contact base at one point, and I just kind of threw my hands up.
So
There's
did
no
you-
other way to put it to you than that,
Okay.
really.
Did you complete anything?
I was paying my fines. I had started doing the cognitive thinking program. I didn't complete it, but I was going through it. I was on step 11 at that point, so I was almost there. Other than that, I was just trying to stay busy with a new career, and had a lot of good happen, but that doesn't excuse anything.
All right, probation. Does he owe restitution? All right, and does it show that he started any programs? All right, did you start the theft course?
I had it set up for online, but I didn't start it yet. No.
All right, the court is going to grant the motion. Find a violation of condition number 4 true. The court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you are in community supervision. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
I understand.
All right, good luck to you, okay? All right, and Mr. Henderson, they're taking into consideration another theft case. Who's here on Johnny De La Rosa?
Judge, that's me. We're here on a plea bargain deadline and the state is gonna make me an offer, but I wanted to see if the court would let me come back maybe Thursday or Friday. I need to bring a bunch of videos to show my client
Okay.
regard to the plea bargain.
All right, let me see here. Mr. De La Rosa,
In the box.
if you come down. All right, so this is being recalled for February 6th. The court will not consider any plea bargain agreements after that date. Do you understand?
Yes.
Without good cause. State they're asking that it come back on February 6th for him to
That's
view
what I was
videos.
Okay, sorry.
right.
I was conferring earlier, they got sidetracked.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Deputy Laura, whenever y'all are ready to take him back.
Briefly on.
Yes.
I did call the bail bonds company on Adam Herrera.
Mhm.
They said he's never checked in and never paid them, so they have no contact.
All right. Can I have a prosecutor, please? For someone who did not appear.
Yes, Judge.
Court is calling 2024 CR 012735, State versus Adam Adrian Herrera. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense?
William Davidson, Your Honor.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:31 a.m. The defendant did not answer docket. Deputy Laura, did you make an announcement for Adam Herrera?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. He is not a home.
All right, defense, have you had any contact with your client?
About 6 months ago.
All right, were you able to reach him today?
No, Your Honor.
State?
States are requesting a bond forfeiture or judge's warrant, Your Honor.
All right, the court will grant a bond forfeiture. Your client will be remanded without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Thank
Charles Oneless. Hello.
Hi.
Court is calling 2024 CR 011467, State versus Charles Loring Oneless. Could I have parties announced for the record? I believe that's for the court reporter. You can just sit it there.
Okay.
All right, can I have the parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris, Salem.
Defense?
Joseph Upheld for the defense.
And are you Mr. Oneless?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I believe I have, Your Honor, and I have reviewed it.
All right, so everyone, no talking behind the court reporter when the court is on the record. Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Is there any applications in this case?
No applications, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, proceeding in a lesser included criminal mischief greater than $750, but less than $2,500.
I'm sorry, you're whispering.
Proceeding on the lesser included criminal mischief greater than $750, but less than $2,500.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, so off the record.
Thank
So
you.
since
Thank
you all are, yes, so if you all are proceeding on that, the lesser included offense, y'all are gonna need to change this to the range of punishment, the misdemeanor range of punishment. So that he can say that he knows it. So if y'all will just put, and you can put it underneath the second paragraph.
I wasn't sure the best way to do that, Judge, but I
Oh,
thought
no,
we
no.
may have run into a
You have the
problem.
other,
I mean, this,
you want it on the second page?
well, if you put it on the admonishments,
On here?
yes, just so that he can be aware. And so under that first paragraph, if you'll just put the charge and then put up to 1 year in the Bear County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. I just want to make sure that you know.
Okay.
I
what the
wasn't
range
sure-
of punishment
And I
is.
wasn't sure the proper way to do it on their paperwork either.
Oh,
Judge.
no
I just
problem.
wanted-
You know, sometimes it's best to use not the state jail felony paperwork,
Mhm.
but to use the other paperwork and then on that line, just put
And
the
write
range of
stuff.
punishment. All right, so we're gonna go back on the record. So the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of criminal mischief as a class A misdemeanor. Defense, any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Wanless, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense. So they're not proceeding on the state jail felony. So your range of punishment is up to 1 year in the Bear County Jail and it's up to a $4,000 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, according to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 199 days. Any objection to the court writing in the words Bear County Jail?
No, Your Honor.
All right, punishment is to be assessed at 199 days in the Bear County Jail. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
With the court's permission, Your Honor, yes.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just that he has accepted responsibility for this, Your Honor. He does have 199 actual days in the Bear County Jail. We respectfully request you to follow the plea bargain, give him credit for all time served, and any time the money's thrown concurrent and show the judgment satisfied.
All right, the court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 199 days in the Bear County Jail. The court will give you credit for any time served, and the court will show that the judgment is satisfied. So we can go off the record. Mr. Wanless, I read the police report, so I know there are some mental health issues. Have you been on the medications at the jail?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so when you're released from the jail, and I'll have the court call over to the jail to make sure that you're not released at midnight, because that's usually what happens. I'm gonna see if they can release you during the day. You'll need to make sure that you set up your medications, you understand?
Sure.
So,
I'm gonna go to the Center for Healthcare Services, Your Honor.
yes, all right, make sure you do that. If for any reason something happens and you can't get in the Center for Healthcare Services, or you're lost and you don't know where to go, you can always come back here and we'll make sure that we find a place for you, okay?
Perfect, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
This is a copy for you, Mr. Wallace.
Okay.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, who's here on Arturo Camacho Delgado? So on this case, last time we were here, my understanding is that there are immigration issues. Correct?
Judge, he does have an immigration attorney, but the state and I have discussed a potential plea offer. I'm just asking for this court to reset it for next Tuesday so that we can accept that plea offer, Your Honor.
All right. So Ms. Ferguson, then if you'll place this for February 11th. All right, so we'll be back on February 11th. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, that's fine.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Donata. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Have an excuse?
Yes. Dylan Skinner.
Hello.
Hello, morning. All right. All right, each time you come back to court, you look a little bit worse. Is everything okay?
Why would I look worse?
I mean, I see more bags underneath your eyes. You just don't look the same. Is there an issue at the jail?
They don't feed you with no.
Okay. We will make sure.
I better get a Johnny sack then.
Hmm?
I better get a Johnny sack then.
Well, if you don't, let me know because they're supposed to feed you.
They
All
just don't
right.
feed you enough.
Just not enough?
They don't feed you enough at all.
Okay, so what did they feed you this morning?
They feed you oatmeal with applesauce, a little hockey puck of sausage. It's like, trust me, it's not anywhere near the food grade average you need.
All right, and what do they feed you for lunch?
Shit.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm sure they give you the same thing every day.
They feed you BS.
Yeah, so it's the bologna with the cheese. That's what I always tell people, jail, you can't order off a menu, but, all right, so where are we on this case with discovery?
Yes, Your Honor. So we have provided defense with a flash drive that holds 17 videos. I believe he was requesting 12, but there were 20 videos total. I just presented him with the CD that had one additional video. The issue we were having is that the files were corrupted, and so that's what was slowing everything down. I've sent a request for SAPD to send us those 2 corrupted videos that we are missing again, so that we can provide those to defense, but that's the status of where we are at.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, recall this case for February 18th for discovery. Right,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you. Judge.
Angel Placencia.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. Deputy Laura. But you know what I eat every day? Oatmeal. Like I had oatmeal for dinner last night.
Rolled, like steel cut, rolled oats, the instant.
Oh, I just do Quaker,
Quaker.
you know. All right, so on this case, where are we on discovery?
Judge, I believe I received all the discovery. I was able to confer with Ms. Galloway. We received an offer. I spent quite a bit of time in the witness room to talk to my client. We need a little bit more time to discuss this. If we could come back for a plea deadline date.
All right, how old are you?
18.
All right, yes, you need time to think over everything and think about the consequences, okay? So is the end of February enough time for you, or do you need more time?
End of February sounds good.
You sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you be able to talk to whomever you need to talk to by then?
Yes. Well, actually, I was thinking about just getting this done here right now.
I don't want to rush something.
No, I don't either, because he's so new.
Right. If we could come back at least 3 weeks into February. And Your Honor, he does, if I can ask, pretrial 75-mile radius restrictions.
What is the issue?
He's going to be working or off the record. He's going to be accepting a job.
Just 1 second. The employment?
Yeah, I've been working since June.
All right, so if you'll talk to the state, I'm sure they'll have no objections and just provide the court with an order.
Okay, I will talk. And in the meantime, can we have get with Norma for a reset
Oh,
date?
I'm gonna give you a date now.
Oh, yes.
Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset date for plea deadline date.
March 6th.
All right, so on March 6th, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused, and thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Michael Anthony Medine. Hello.
Good morning, Judge.
All right, so where are we on this case?
Judge, this is our first setting. I've requested some additional discovery. It's too large to download.
Okay.
And there's additional, I believe, some CPS records of the file. I may need to get a protective order in order to get those.
All right, so first, with regards to the CPS records, is that something the state you have in your custody?
Yes, Judge, and I can do the protective order right now.
All right, yes, if you'll do the protective order. And the additional discovery, other than the CPS records, what would be the additional discovery?
There were body cam footage and possibly some Coban video, but there are files are too large to download, so I need a physical copy. I've not received yet.
And there are no cell phone docs, are they?
No, Judge.
All right.
So Mr. Castañon has identified the serial numbers of what he needs, so we conferred for him to provide me a drive so that I can get that to him this week.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 45-day reset for discovery. All right, we'll be back on March 20th. Does that interfere with your spring break?
It does not, Judge. Thank you for
All right, sure.
remembering that. Thank you.
I remember you have children. All right, thank you so much for dressing appropriately for court. Just have a seat. They'll bring the reset form to you. Once you've signed it, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Andrew Garza. All right, so is he entering a plea or is this going to jury trial?
If those are two options, Judge, we're more likely to go to a jury trial. If we can continue negotiations, we might be able to work out a plea at a later time, but I could explain if you want me to be candid.
Sure.
The issue we're having is the charge, we have 2,500
Mhm.
or we are, if I could speak frankly, Andrew, we are 2,500 right at that number.
Mhm.
So fair market value of the items listed could be at $40 or $35. We're working on that exact amount and finding evidence to confer with, to establish that fair market value. Whether or not I think my client would like to, is leaning towards that,
Mhm.
but I want to establish a fair market value in a fair and reasonable way what we can agree to.
All right,
That's the candid explanation.
no, I appreciate that. I'll see y'all back at 1:30.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Sure, thanks.
Court is calling 2018 CR 1071 State versus Christopher Salinas. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Salinas, Megan Galloway from state.
for the defense?
Robert Featherston representing Mr. Salinas.
And are you Mr. Salinas? Mr. Salinas, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Christopher Salinas who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2018 CR 1071 for the offense of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance, penalty group 2, 4 to 400 grams on July 6, 2018 for a period of 5 years and extended for a total of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violation of condition number 5 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Christopher Salinas did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of May, June, August, October, and November of 2024 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State,
We waive and abandon the remainder. Your Honor.
any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to life in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is not, Your Honor, based on the allegation that was pled true to, the state is asking for 5 years to do so.
All right. Defense? I mean, the rank, that's the minimum.
Yes, Your Honor, and we're not in agreement on that.
All right, what are you requesting, counsel?
Your Honor, the court needs to be aware that in April of 2023, Mr. Salinas went into the hospital to have L3 and L5 on his spine repaired. He remained in the hospital for 3.5 months and then was released. Since that time, he's been in constant chronic pain from the spinal repair. His chronic pain, Judge, has led to his continued drug abuse that led to his failures to report. It's led to his failures to provide samples for urinalysis. He recognizes that he has a drug addiction problem because of his chronic pain, and that has not been alleviated. He's been unable to work. He can't stand for long periods of time. These are contributing factors to his failure to report in 2024 to his probation officer. He's not committed any new crimes that have been alleged in the MTR. Probation is recommending substance abuse treatment facility. We would like the court to consider that recommendation of substance abuse treatment facility. Mr. Salinas would like to go to SADA and successfully complete that in hopes of getting control over his chronic pain and then getting the appropriate prescriptions subsequent to be able to handle his pain. And then we're respectfully requesting that the court consider an 18-month extension as recommended by probation in order to be able to accomplish these goals. And I thank the court.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Salinas, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Christopher Salinas.
All right, so your attorney said that you were in the hospital, and I'm taking that as true, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So my question is, you were in the hospital April 2023, and you were there for 3 months. So that means May 2023, June 23, July 23, and I'm gonna even give you August 2023.
I was actually, after that, I went to physical therapy for a month.
Okay. No, I'm giving
Oh,
you,
okay.
I'm giving you 4 months after that.
Yes.
So you're in hospital April 2023, and I'm giving you till September. I'm not even gonna consider you're not reporting September 2023 from April 23 to September 2023. So October, did you call probation?
Yes.
No. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Did you pick up the phone and tell them, I'm going through some problems and I cannot report?
No.
All right. Have you done anything on probation?
Yes, I've done some community service. I mean, I did about 12 hours recently. And
All right. So that's 12 hours. You were placed on probation with a previous judge since 2018.
right.
And from 2018 to now, you're telling me you've only done 12 hours of community service restitution?
24 total.
All right, 24 hours since 2018.
Yes.
And you were actually in court with me on January 17, 2023. A previous motion to revoke had been filed, and it was withdrawn for your conditions to be altered and amended. And those conditions from January 17, 2023 was to do 90 sober meetings in 90 days. You were supposed to be residing with your mother. Did you continue to reside with your mom?
Yes, I still live with my mom.
All right, and then you were supposed to do the UA hotline until further notice. And you're supposed to be doing intensive outpatient treatment. There was supposed to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, so you didn't even have to go in person. You could have done it by Zoom. And there were to be field visits 2 times per month and partial GPS for work. And then you were allowed to run errands or whatever you need to do on Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And you haven't done anything. That's the problem. So I don't think I should continue you because you haven't done anything. And in this court, what do I always say? If you have an issue, pick up the phone, call probation. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come to court. And I know that I would have told you, if you have a drug problem, in this court, my thing is, if you have a drug problem and you think you're going to use, pick up the phone, call probation. I'm not looking to revoke people because they have a drug problem they're about to use. I'm looking to try to get you help so you won't use. But you didn't do any of those things. And you've been extended before. And the fact that you've been extended before, that means that there have been problems before. Otherwise, nobody would have extended you. And so you've been on probation since 2018 and you really have done nothing. So I'm not going to continue you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, from 2018, I completed all my programs that I was supposed to complete. And the reason why, I mean,
You told me the only thing you had done was community service hours.
before that, that's when I when we came back the first time.
Did you do your 90 sober meetings in 90 days?
I've done meetings. I have.
Now, did you do your 90?
Completed.
All right. I just don't think you're a good candidate for probation. And let me explain to you, one, I'm finding it true based upon your plea of true. But here's the thing. You have to at least try. There's nothing I can do if people don't try. And I can't continue to give chance after chance when people don't try. I mean, the only other thing left for probation to do is to come to your house, give you a ride to their location, or either come to your house and sit down with you and bring somebody to, have the classes come into your home, and they don't have the finances for that.
Your Honor, may I address the court?
Yes.
Judge, everything that you say is quite logical about what should be done on a community supervision program. Here, for Mr. Salinas, there is this extenuating circumstance with respect to his back problems. A very extensive stay in the hospital. It's quite uncommon to hear of a 3.5-month stay in a hospital for anything nowadays. So there was something significant there. And quite frankly, I'm not a medical doctor, and I don't really know much about L3 and L5 in your spine.
Oh, no, I appreciate what you're saying, that for them to keep you in the hospital for 3 months, it is extensive.
And the court's explanations with respect to 2024, because this is in 2023, with 2024 is quite valid. But this is a gentleman that found himself, he's out now of the hospital. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't have insurance. He's got chronic pain. He needs medication for that. So he goes to controlled substances for medication of that. And now the fear factor for going to probation is through the roof, because he knows if he goes to probation, he knows he's going to have to give a sample. And he's unsure as to whether probation is going to consider his chronic back pain as an adequate explanation. And I understand his fears are valid in that respect. If it wasn't for his back surgery, Judge, I would have no leg to stand on with respect to revocation. I'm asking the court for its mercy here with respect to Mr. Salinas and allow him to complete an inpatient drug treatment program and then allow him to go ahead and complete his community supervision program. I thank the court for its time.
All right, thank you. And I want you to know, I heard your counsel's argument, and I think it's a very good argument. But the issue is 2023. Here we are in 2025.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thing is, I had a surgery in my lower lumbar, disc 5 and disc 3. I didn't get it repaired. They had to shave it off. So it's very fragile.
No, I understand it's fragile, but here's the thing. You didn't even pick up the phone to call probation.
My probation has the copies of all my medical records. They
No,
know
did you pick up the phone and call probation? Because let me explain something to you. The allegations in the motion are that you didn't report for May, June, August, October, and November of 2024. What that means is you didn't go to their office, you didn't call them, you didn't do any of that.
June, July, August, September.
I mean, you played true to June, August, October, and November 2024, and May of 2024. You played true to that of not reporting.
I've seen my probation all the way up to September. October is when I stopped. Since from there to there, I have reported.
All right. So this
that's a misunderstanding. Okay. So since October and on is when I stopped reporting. Before that, I've talked to immigration officers. I've been to the office.
Here's the thing. I don't know why you stopped reporting in October. All you had to do was pick up the phone. right? And you know, because you've been before me before, you know that if there's an issue with probation, let the court know. You know, if there's an issue where you think you're going to use or you have a drug problem and you're feeling weak with drug use. That's why I did the 90 sober meetings. And that's why I said, if there's an issue, let probation know, and then we will address it. Your counsel can tell you normally, unless there's something else going on, if somebody has a drug problem and they're actually trying to maintain their sobriety, I normally don't revoke for that. Right? So the court is finding violation of condition number 5 true. The court will find you guilty. The court is going to grant the motion, sentence you to 5 years in prison. That's the minimum. And I'm doing the minimum because one, the state requested it, and also considering your health issues. Give you credit for any time served. I'll recommend the therapeutic community and counsel. I'll retain jurisdiction. I'm not sure if he qualifies for that because I don't have his history before me, but if he does, I'll retain jurisdiction.
Thank you, Your Honor. And if the court would entertain a suggestion because of his back issues with the court, consider a full house arrest at his house.
No, I will not do that, but I appreciate your asking.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Are you sentencing to 5 years TDC?
Yes.
Yes. I have never even been in trouble.
All right.
Since from 2018, this is the only reason why I'm keep coming back from failure. I've never gotten a new case or anything. Honor, please.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. I understand what you're saying. There are many people that come before me. Guess what? They've never been in trouble before. This is their first case and it's a felony. But by that same token, do you know how many people who have never had a case, they're not on probation? I mean, I can only help you with your probation if you show up. Otherwise, I can't help you. All right, the court is calling Tommy Lopez. And counsel, you can explain that to him about the retention of the jurisdiction.